Welcome to Crossroad Connection. We're speaking out for those left unheard. My name is David Schuring. I'm the president of Crossroad Bible Institute and the host of your program, Crossroad Connection. We have a special edition for you, our monthly Letters from Prison, and I'm here in the studio with Megan Meyer. Welcome, Megan.
Thank you.
Good to have you back again.
Good to be here.
And this month we have more letters from people in prison.
Do.
We just get hundreds of those.
Lots and lots of letters.
All the time. They just keep coming. And the topic that the thread of these letters has to do with perseverance.
Yeah. How students' perseverance pays off.
How student perseverance pays off. How they stick with it. And that provides wonderful results for their lives and so forth. The phrase that comes to mind to me is Sir Winston Churchill's remark, where he says, "Never, never, never, never give up," which is, of course, a great model for life.
Yeah.
Huh? Are you a person that kind of sticks with things, or do you kind of?
Well, I hope I am. I see myself as somebody that does. I get disappointed in myself if I don't.
You like to stick with things, not so. And you know, one of the things that we know from people in prison is that their lives, tend to be have left behind a series of unfinished projects.
Right.
You know, and you see that in the life of people. A lot of times, people start things. They have big ambitions and grand things, and you could even see that, riding down the street where someone starts a project at their house or something, and then it's left unfinished.
Right.
And then also a frequent testimony that we have when they get that first certificate.
Oh yeah.
Right, and they say what?
They are just they can't believe it that they've got a certificate. It's like they're so grateful for it.
Yeah, and they'll say, "This is the first thing I ever finished."
Right.
And
that's incredible.
Yeah. Well, let's go with that first letter. What do you have?
The first one is probably one of my favorites. This is from Lily in Maryland. She writes, "I would like to thank CBI for writing me about continuing the study course after I took a month off, or shall I say gave up on the course for a month. I was going through a few things within myself, and it distracted me from what's important. My spirituality is very important to me, and the loving and caring words in that letter encouraged and motivated me to continue what I started. To me, it seemed genuine, and it reminds me of Hebrews 13:3, where it talks about remembering those in prison. There are many days and nights I feel alone, forsaken and given up on by so many people in society because of a few bad decisions and mistakes. So it touched me that someone I don't know could be concerned about my salvation. Once again, I thank you, and I pray that you keep that unjudging compassion for others with you forever, because it's a true blessing that can soften the hardest of hearts."
Wow, that is an amazing
it's one
letter.
Of my favorites.
I'm so happy, as a side note here, that's something we really want with our instructors is that they never feel that the students never feel judged or criticized or looked down on. And so she's sensing that unconditional love that we seek to portray.
They appreciate not being treated like a criminal, just as another person, a friend.
As a person in the image of God. And she says that she had stopped it, but then she got going again.
Yeah.
And felt good about that.
Yeah. And we receive a lot of letters of students saying, "I just thought it was another Bible study. And then, I started it, and then I kind of stopped. And then they get a letter from CBI encouraging them and saying, "We miss you. You've made a commitment. Come back." And they're oh, they do care about me.
Yes.
This isn't just another Bible study.
Maybe some of our viewers don't realize that. Maybe some of our instructors don't realize it.
Yeah.
But if we don't hear from a student, it's like 3 months or something.
I think it's something like that. Yeah.
It's if we don't get it, because usually takes about a month to complete a lesson.
Right.
So we give them some extra time, and if we don't hear from them for 3 months, we send them a letter and say, "Hey, we miss you. Where have you been?"
Yeah.
And a good percentage of them start up again, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, they do.
Because they say, "Oh, wow, these guys care."
They do care, yeah.
And so I'm so happy we have that in place. And we say, "Hey, come on, we want you to do this. You started it. You signed a commitment.
You can finish it.
Yes, and of course when they start, they sign a commitment. I promise to.
That's important too. I think that
these lessons in a timely manner and stuff like timely manner. Great. Got another one?
I do. This is from James in Illinois. I wasn't going to write you guys, but those yellow cards kept coming, telling me you were eagerly waiting for me to respond and letting me know that somebody cares. I really want to thank you for those yellow cards and your persistence. I needed that. You guys never gave up on me, and I'm not going to give up on you or God. That's a prime example.
So it looks like he got more than one reminder.
More than one. Yeah. We keep at 'em. We keep at 'em. So.
Yeah, right. Well, they, because of, their situation and circumstances and so forth, they need that extra encouragement.
They do.
So they know that we really do care. They can persist and they can persevere. But we need to help them with that too. We want to encourage them to persevere, stick with it. You'll feel good about yourself when
The
you
outcome will be
get
great.
this done. Let's have another one.
Okay. I'll do a couple of short ones in a row.
Okay.
This one's from John in Colorado. I like that you hold us accountable and take care to make sure we finish. Thank you. You have truly blessed my life. Another one is from Curtis in Illinois. I felt like giving up sometimes, but reading their positive comments gave me the strength to continue and the courage to surrender the essence of who I am to God.
So they acknowledge that we're holding them accountable.
And the instructors' comments who are encouraging them to.
Right. The instructors, we hope that they understand that they need to constantly be encouraging them in their
Motivating
thing.
them, yep.
Keep it up. Don't quit. Now there's a doctrine that is very important in Scripture called perseverance of the saints. Now, what that doctrine initially means is the perseverance of the saints refers to the fact that God won't stop working in us if he began. He who began a good work in you will bring it to completion. Also, it's the doctrine that's described as once a Christian, always a Christian. Jesus says, my sheep hear my voice, and I won't let one of them drop out of my hand. So we have that wonderful comfort that, God won't let us go. And I think that we need that, and we have that in our lessons so that they realize it's not all up to them, but, just trust in God. It's up to him.
Yeah.
And he won't let you go. But then there is a balance that has to be kept there. We talk about God's sovereignty, and he won't let us go. But we also may not neglect our responsibility.
We can't give up either.
So perseverance of the saints also needs to entail that we don't give up on God.
Right.
That we do all that we can to stay close to him, making use of the means of grace, such as the Word of God and prayer and so forth. And so keeping that balance, and I think that's so important. Understand that God's not going to let you go, but also show your gratitude for that.
Right.
And don't ever give up. Be like God in life. Don't give up and keep going.
And it's we also get comments from instructors too who are saying, some stuff came up in life and I thought about giving up my responsibilities as an instructor. And
you don't happen to have a letter about that?
I do have one.
Really?
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
This is from an instructor in Michigan, actually, and she writes, I have found my participation in CBI to be more rewarding than I ever thought possible. I have come to understand that it is not me blessing the students' lives, but their responses and thoughts that richly bless mine. Every time I consider stopping my participation in CBI, I simply cannot bear to do it, because I love this ministry so very much. The last time I considered it, my students' lesson that week had lots of verses about perseverance.
That's a great letter because not only do the students not give up, but also the instructors persevere.
Yeah.
And what amazes me in the 15 years now or so that I've been at Crossroad is how few instructors quit.
Yeah.
They just stick with it and do it week after week and year after year. And then we even sometimes, if we have instructors will take a sabbatical for health reasons or travel or whatever, but then they always come back, and that's an amazing thing when we see the perseverance of the instructors.
Right.
They just stick with it. They are a faithful group. And now we have like 5,300 instructors around the world, 5,300 of them who are faithfully correcting those lessons, and it keeps growing every year. We have more instructors. You know, I guess we only have to replace the ones that go to be with the Lord, because they can't do it anymore. You know, but we have so many instances, even in that situation, where people will be elderly and the Lord takes them home, and there's evidence that the last thing that they were doing is writing that letter to a prisoner.
We've heard of that.
Many
happening.
times. That's right. That's an amazing thing. You know, they'll have a letter half written. You know, so they, you know, it's
pretty amazing.
It is. It's an amazing thing. They go to the grave and, you know, being faithful and persevering.
Yeah.
So this has been a good program. These are great letters that you brought.
We
and what a
get
great thing.
better letters every week, I think.
That's right. And we want to encourage anybody who's viewing right now. You know, perhaps they are you know, thinking of giving up on the faith.
Oh.
You know, perhaps they're thinking about giving up on life and so forth. And we have to say, hey, never give up.
Right.
You know, God will give you the strength to carry through. Thanks, Megan.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching today to be part of our program. This has been Letters from Prison, one of our fondest programs of the month, where we get these firsthand letters from people in prison who are turning their lives around. And the topic today was perseverance, but also make sure you persevere. Never give up. My name is David Schuringa, and I hope that you'll be with us again right here next week.